Well, the Blue Jays, they blow and lose another series, losing 5-3 to the Boston Red Sox today in the finale of the series. And right off the top, I want to say I am done with this Joe Biagini experiment. I'm done with it. You know, last year we were intrigued about it because we knew Joe was a good player. We knew he was a good pitcher. So we're like, okay, stretch him out down in AAA Buffalo and kind of see what he's got at the starter's position. He had a couple good starts. Didn't really look the greatest, though, last season. But it's okay. It's his first go-around. We didn't really want to see it this year. In the spring, obviously, they're going to stretch him out once again. And we're like, okay, I'm not too sure why they're doing this again. But they need depth at the starting rotation. I get it, but you want good depth. And then we see him get called up, obviously, for the 2 doubleheaders that we played. And he pitches in both of those. And doesn't do the greatest, and we're like, okay, I'm not liking this. And he really doesn't show anything to give us any sign of good things from Joe Biagini, really. And then he comes out today, once again, and really just doesn't pitch all that well. And it starts in the very first inning. Andrew Benintendi gets on base, and then J.D. Martinez, it's a 2-run shot on the very first pitch to right field. And it's 2-0 Red Sox early. We go to the 3rd inning, Mitch Moreland, a bases-loaded walk. Not what you want to be seeing. That's it for the 3rd inning. In the top of the 5th inning, with Betts on base, J.D. Martinez singles to right field. Again, well, he singles to right. And the Red Sox are up 4-0. I mean, look, the Jays' offense was nowhere to be found early in the game, I know. But Joe Biagini really wasn't helping his cause. I mean, the way he went 4 2/3, 4 hits, 4 runs, walked 3 batters, really wasn't good. And the story of the Jays season so far about the starting rotation still being not really that good, it continues. And Joe Biagini, I'm kind of done with this whole experiment for Joe. And I don't know if Gibbons and all them are going to be very stingy about that and continue putting him out there, but it's clearly not working. But the Jays, you know what? We've known they've come back and fought in a ton of games. But you're down 4-0 to the Red Sox. It's going to be tough. Bottom of the 5th inning, Teoscar Hernandez leads off the inning with a single to center field. Then Donaldson singles to left field. 2 on, nobody out. Then Justin Smoak doubles to right field. Both runs come in to score. It's a 4-2 game, and there's still nobody out in the inning. Then Solarte walks, and then they bring in Velasquez. Drew Pomeranz gets the hook. I mean, he was in a tough stretch there. Velasquez comes in and strikes out Kevin Pillar. You're one of the Jays' hottest hitters, and he strikes out. Russell Martin, though, singles to center field. Justin Smoak comes in to score, and the Blue Jays, it's a 4-3 ball game with a runner at first with only 1 away. Well, I wonder what's going to happen now. Who's up? Oh, Kendrys Morales. And he grounds back to the pitcher, inning-ending double play. I'm done with Kendrys Morales. I am done with K-Money. I'm not even going to call him that anymore because he's not money. He's making a lot of it, but he's not really doing anything to really show anything. And right then and there, that was really all the offense we really saw from the Blue Jays. They did have 10 hits. It was scattered. They really didn't get a whole lot of rallies going here. The 5th inning was really all we saw. And then they add one late in the game with an RBI ground out from Xander Bogaerts, who came on. I think Tyler Clippard came in to help Sam. I think it was Sam Gaviglio get out of that mess. I think it was. So for the Blue Jays, look, your bullpen has still been fine. Your offense, it's doing. I wouldn't say it's doing enough, but it's putting production on the board. It's not doing a lot, but having your starting pitcher go 4 2/3 of giving up 4 runs, it's not good enough. It really isn't. And starting the ball game right in the very first inning, being down 2-0, it's not good to be put in a hole. And I know this team has showed a lot of fight this year, and they showed it again in this game. But you cannot be a playoff team with coming back in games all the time. We got it early on, and they were coming back from games, and we were all like, oh my God, this team is so different than what we've been used to. But you can't do that all the time. And we've seen, as of lately, the Blue Jays getting in holes early on in ball games and trying to crawl out of it, and they just can't do it. You look at yesterday, right? The Blue Jays, they were down 3-0 early on. They made it 3-1. They almost made it, was it 3-1? Yeah, and they made it 4-1. But then the Jays made it 4-2. But that was really about it. You were down 3-0 early. You couldn't come back from it. Against these good teams like the Red Sox, like the Yankees, like these very, very good ball clubs, you're not going to be able to do that. You know, and the next team for the Blue Jays, they have an off day tomorrow. So my plan for tomorrow, guys, is to do a Raptors season review and a off-season preview for the Toronto Raptors. That is tomorrow for you guys. Just keeping you guys updated on that. Obviously, since no Blue Jays, no Leafs, just going to get a video out to you guys. And then Tuesday, the Blue Jays hit the road to take on the New York Mets in New York for, I think it's a mini 2-game series before they come home for Oakland. Noah Syndergaard versus Jaime Garcia, Game 1. Zach Wheeler, it looks like right now, and Jay Happ. Jaime Garcia pitched an okay game in his last one, was flirting with danger a lot. But he did find a way to salvage 5 innings of only 2-run balls, so I guess we'll take that. He's on the mound against Syndergaard in Game 1. That's going to be a tough one for the Jays. It's a 7-10 first pitch. Game 2, Jay Happ, he had a really, really bad last outing, and Zach Wheeler, not the greatest for the New York Mets. But Jay Happ needs a rebound outing. This team needs their starting pitching to go deep into ball games. This bullpen, look, they're looking great. Axford and Tyler Clippard, once again today, were terrific. Let me go down this real quick. 1 1/3 innings for Axford with 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Great. Clippard, an inning and 2/3 of 2 hit, 1 walk, but nothing doing. Both guys are under a 1.4 ERA. That's nuts. 1.31 for Axford, 1.23 for Tyler Clippard. Now, that will come back down to earth, obviously. They've had great starts, but this team cannot be putting this bullpen in very taxing situations. You look at the way Jay Happ pitched, right? You go back to what he did, what is this, a couple days ago, or when they got, I forgot which game that was. It wasn't Game 1 of the series. It was this 9-3 loss to Seattle. He only went 3 1/3. You go to Game 1 against the Red Sox. You know, it took an extra inning, 12-inning game, so you had to use your bullpen in that game. You look at Marco Estrada. He did give you 6 innings, which I think is a magic number for this team. But even then, he was roughed up with 4 runs and 7 hits. And then today, Biagini only gives you 4 2/3 innings. That's not good enough. We look at this team, we got to say, okay, 6 innings is going to be a number. What can this team actually do? So tomorrow, or not tomorrow, I guess, Tuesday, the Jays are on the road in New York. Jaime Garcia is on the mound. Will we see 6 innings out of Jaime Garcia? We have not seen it much yet this year for him. I'm going to go back and see what we got here for Garcia as of late. The last time he went 6 innings, April 2nd against the White Sox, his first start of the season. Then he went 5 1/3. Didn't pitch twice. Then went 5 innings, 5 1/3, 5, and then 3 1/3, and then 5. 5 innings are okay. It's doable, depending on how much you give up in those 5 innings. But 6 innings is what this team is capable of. Can they do it? Well, we're going to have to wait and see, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys have not enjoyed Blue Jays baseball as of late. 3-7 in their last 10. They've lost a lot of series. They're still a game over 500, but they're just hanging on for dear life there. I know the injury bug has pegged the Blue Jays, but even the guys who aren't injured aren't playing the greatest, all right? So we'll talk to you guys. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of the game. Where did they go wrong? Where did Joe Biagini go wrong? Obviously, we heard Lourdes Gurriel Jr. got sent down. Surprised Urania didn't get sent down, but alas, he did not. Great to see Russell Martin go 3 for 4 in the ball game today, kind of get his bat going a little bit. But really, let me know what you guys think about the Blue Jays team as of late. Do you think this is what we expected in the spring? I want to hear what you guys have to say, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow, Raptors edition, or tomorrow podcast edition. Tomorrow afternoon, the podcast, or no, it's not Tuesday. It's not Tuesday. Tuesday podcast edition. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes. Go check that out. Also, guys, Twitter is down there. Go give me a follow. Send me a DM. Do all that great stuff there. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow, Raptors edition. Off-season preview, season review. We'll kind of talk about all that kind of stuff in tomorrow's video. And we'll also talk to you guys, like we said, Blue Jays edition, Tuesday night in New York, taking on the Mets. They had a hot start. They have fallen hard. Jaime Garcia, Noah Syndergaard, Game 1, 7-10 first pitch. We'll talk to you guys then.